alumni. It's the Broncos and the Chiefs, next on Madden NFL 25.
It's been the home of the Chiefs since 1972. GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson, week 2 of the season. Greg, as you get the season going, you want to get that first game under your belt. Now, it almost feels like all the buildup is past. Now we're looking ahead to this long marathon of a regular season.
Absolutely, and this is really where you fall into the pace of the NFL season. All off-season, no matter how hard you try to say, all right, week 1 is just 1 of 17. That's not the case. It is different, Mike. You have all training camp, all summer, all spring to prepare for one opponent. Well, now that game is over and done with, and you get back to work on Monday, and you're going to play again in 6 days. The team that is able to turn the page to the next game week after week, those are the teams that handle the grind, the marathon, as you called it, of the NFL season, and here we are in week 2.
Harrison Butler at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Here's Harrison Butker out there to get this thing started. And off we go here at Arrowhead. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense set to take over for the first time. They'll be led by the man from Oregon who started his career at first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. 2nd and a yard. Here's a first carry for their running back. It's a pickup of 12. First down, Broncos.
This is how you drop your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Williams. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. A couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He'll get that to Javonte Williams.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down. Nix from the gun on third down. He's got his man. He finds Sutton. And he's going to have the first down. They convert on third, and it sets up a 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and third down conversions. Now after that last third down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
Down to the 4, it'll be 2nd and goal. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. Let's give him a yard down to the 3-yard line. 3rd and goal. He'll try to run it with Williams. A dive, and he's in. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Denver. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. Here's Sky Moore now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
Some games, the quarterback can just go out there and just take what the defense gives them. They don't have to necessarily create a lot of opportunities for their teammates to go out and perform, and they can still come away with the win. I think today, though, he's going to be asked to carry a little bit more of a load, make some more plays happen, be a little bit more assertive. If he does that, his team's just going to continue to get better and better, and it's going to be a tough matchup.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Here's Mahomes. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. He's got his man. He finds Worthy. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes.
Mike, I love studying the NFL and just seeing the amount of ways NFL coordinators are able to get their running backs now involved in the passing game. They're kind of chess pieces. They can move them out in the slot. They can put them out wide, of course, out of the backfield. It's a big part of today's modern NFL. You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
Open man, left side. He's got it. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down. They are able to move the sticks. It's a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw again. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He runs with it.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, a gain of 11 on that one. And the Chiefs have a first down.
Over the last couple years, Mike, we've seen the trend in the NFL is that third down has really become a passing down, but not here. Not for this team. They keep the ball on the ground. They're able to pick up a big gain, fresh set of downs. So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was
nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Here's a shot toward the end zone.
So, of course, you prefer to connect on that throw, but think about it like this, Mike. The more they continue to test this defense downfield, the more it's going to open up some of those shorter passes underneath.
Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
On the return, here's Mims. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense going to take over now for the second time. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Play action now. It's Nix. His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in. And they'll be set up now.
Ineligible
up past
receiver
the 40
downfield.
with that one.
Offense.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too
Still
far.
first down.
And it draws the flag. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the handoff, it is Williams running to the right. And nothing doing on that one. He'll go down behind the line.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Broncos with the early lead. We'll be back in Kansas City after this. So on 4th down, time to kick it away. Jake Camarda to do the honors. On the return, it's Moore. Oh, how about that hit? Wow. He took a pretty good lick at the end of that one. The Chiefs offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And this throw batted away and incomplete.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball downfield, I wouldn't be surprised if they target somebody else.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. He'll get this complete to Wiley, his tight end. And they will finally run him down.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9.
At the 24-yard line.
Gray is the motion man here. Right back to the air for Mahomes. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line. 2nd down and goal. They send him right out of the slot. He'll take this one down to the 8-yard line. Last drive yielded 3. They'd like more. See what happens on 3rd and goal. Throwing is Mahomes. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. The question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
The Broncos offense about ready to take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. Got a man over the middle. There's Sutton. He'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On the option, here's Williams. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
2nd and short. Normally, this is a great time, Mike, to put the ball in the air and try to press the ball downfield. But in this case, they keep it on the ground. Has a similar effect. They pick up a good gain and a 1st down.
That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They get 18 on that one. Good for a Denver 1st down.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire 1st half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
The catch made there by Sutton. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and he's...
It is brought in the end zone. Portland Sutton. Touchdown, Broncos.
And that was just a great drive. Really, from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. This will be returned from the 6. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. So here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
At the 32-yard line.
Throwing now, Mahomes. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. On the handoff, 4. And a good tackle out wide will hold them to a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 50-yard line.
Up the middle they go. And he'll get back to midfield, so no gain on that one.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
On 3rd down, Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Xavier Worthy there. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And the Chiefs will punt the ball away. The Broncos have Marvin Mims out for the return. Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Throwing is Nix. That one caught Devon Vele. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. 2 minutes remaining here in this 1st half. We'll return to Arrowhead after this. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. That's complete. Tight end Goddard. And he will have the 1st down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
On first down, here's Nix to throw.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Second down, Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Back to throw is Nix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Here's Jake Camarda now, as he's on to punt for the second time. And back deep for KC, it's Sky Moore. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Chiefs offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Mahomes gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Mahomes now to throw on second down. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in this second quarter. That is caught down the field. It's worthy. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. 1st and 10. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Here's Mahomes. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this first half. Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. So we reach halftime here, and the visiting Broncos are on top. As we'll get you down to Orlando now. That's where the coach is, Jonathan Coachman, and our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, back.
And instead, why don't we get right back to it, as we'll get ready for the third quarter. This taken at the 5. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. They'll open this drive on the ground with 4. And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2. They go play action with Mahomes. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Here's 3rd and 2. Mahomes from out of the pistol. He'll throw. And that is incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum. Figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
Javonte Williams heading out with the Broncos for their next drive. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And that's not going to yield a whole lot, up to about the 28-yard line. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. It's another run here for Williams. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up third down. He'll try to run for it with Williams. And he will have a Broncos first down by about a yard. So they pick it up on 3rd and 2. Here's Nix to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Nix now to throw it here on first down. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. On the carry, it's Williams. And he'll be near the first down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. They'll run it with Williams. And he will have a Broncos first down. At least it would appear that way. Didn't get it by much, but yes, they do give him the conversion on 3rd and 1. From the shotgun, here's Nix. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down. But in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across. But in this case, it's a big completion.
Here now, 2nd down and goal. Throwing, Nix. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He'll try to run for it.
What a nice play defensively. It's always a bit of a challenge. How long do I stay in coverage defending my zone or my man? How fast do I come up and pursue a scrambling quarterback? They did a nice job rallying to the ball late. They're able to bring him down to force 4th down. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
This is going to be taken in at the 3. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. This caught right side by Worthy. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. They put Kelsey in motion. A run now on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
A first down throw for Mahomes. Throwing right, it's taken in, and they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. On play action, it's Mahomes. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. Mahomes now to throw again. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away.
Every time a quarterback is sacked, everyone kind of looks around at the offensive lineman like, oh, come on, guys, pick it up. I don't think this was on the O-line at all. I think the quarterback is holding on to the ball too long. You know what they say, Mike? Sacks, those are quarterback stats.
On 4th down, Harrison Butker on for the Kansas City field goal. This one from 47 yards out. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Chiefs are back within 5.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Knicks now on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Nix. That's going to be caught. It's Marvin Mims. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. They'll throw. It's Nix. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. So these teams trade field goals in the 3rd as we come to the end of the quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos bringing out their punter as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The home team's offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Motion man is Rice. Right away, they'll try a jet sweep. And that'll be a short gain up to the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. That's caught by 4. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
First down throw, Mahomes. He connects with Gray on that one. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In fourth quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
To the sideline, caught by Worthy. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 40-yard line.
Right back to the air for Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Open man, right side. He's got him. They get 18 on the pitch and catch. First down, KC.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the fourth quarter, Mike, facing a tough third down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle, and he's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
That's complete. Left side to Worthy.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. The pressure gets home. He's lost the football. The Broncos have it. Accelerating toward midfield. To the 20. And he returns this all the way. Touchdown, Denver. And a terrific play for the defense to come up with the score that, Greg, extends their lead and really hurts the offense's momentum.
Mike, it's hard enough in this league when you find yourself trailing in the second half to be able to battle yourself back and try to end up winning this game. But when you have turnovers like that, that not only then extend the lead, it just makes that even a taller task.
Carlson able to knock through the extra point. Broncos will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. And, look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets...
The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield, By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
Mahomes now on second down. This one intercepted. And he is going to score. A pick six for the touchdown. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick six.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Now Carlson to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Broncos are going to extend their lead. Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off, following the touchdown on the other end. The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. And he has had all sorts of trouble in this one. Your quarterback has to take care of the ball, and he has not. Turning it over in the air, turning it over as a fumbler. You just cannot win football games in this league when the quarterback's giving the defense the ball. And that's what he's done in this one. Slot man in motion right. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down. To the left side in the hands of Rice. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Throwing now, Mahomes. He's across midfield. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd and inches at the 28-yard line.
Play fake. Now it's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Worthy. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
A gain of 24 yards.
Patrick to throw.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs.
That one taken in. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, Chiefs. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
The kick is good. Next is Broncos 31, Chiefs 19.
Even with 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning, they're going to try an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. And they have definitely righted some wrongs after the loss in the opener. They have the lead here, and they start this possession 1st and 10. On the zone read, this is Nix. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. They'll go with Williams. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the give, it's Williams. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Nix going to keep it on the zone read. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. They run over center with Williams. And now we get a timeout by the defense. So the clock stops with 1:50 left in the game. On now, Daniel Carlson to try the field goal. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Broncos add on to their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
A good return as he takes it across the 30. The home team's offense. And Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Rice. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Play action here. Mahomes. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Ah, the ball's out. The Broncos have it.
Not that it's much of a consolation, but either way, Mike, that's going to result in a turnover. Going forward on 4th down, he's clearly stopped short of the sticks. In this case, might be trying to make something out of nothing there to keep that play alive. But great job here by the defense coming away with the stop. And now we'll see if the offense can come on the field to take advantage of it.
The Broncos offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.